Mimes Canneries un jour de France. That means same bullshit, different day. Restez humble et reconnaissance means be humble and thankful. Mm. True words. Now, my French isn't the best. Mimes Canneries un jour de France. Yeah, Mimes Canneries un jour de France means same bullshit, different day. Restez humble et reconnaissance. Means be thankful and humble. And Greg, I'm very thankful and humble about my life. You decided to make a comment on your video by Andrew Huberman responding to me. Now, I'm going to let some natural light in, guys. Don't worry, I'm going to make my screen very small. But if this hurts your eyes, I apologize. Because I ain't feel like turning the lights on today. Matter of fact, let's see if we can offset some of that. Let's see. Can we offset a little bit? Turn some natural light my way. All right, that's too light. So a little bit of natural lighting. Be all right. Greg, let me shoot clear with you, cowboy. You stay in Canada, I stay in America. We have different standards. We live in different countries. Down here, a man's word is his bond. I don't know how y'all do things up there in Canada. But the one thing that I know I'm not and that I don't do, but what you do, you have what we call a bitch mentality. How you say that in French? Montela de Salope. No, wait. You kind of speak Spanish, right? Right? Mentalidad de player. Mentalidad de player. Because I'm from Texas. So you got the Spanish one of the criteria to graduate. Mentalidad de player, motherfucker. Bitch mentality. It may not be the best. But, you know, your tongue is Mentalidad de Salope. We, bitch. Now, you do this all the time, Greg. You tend to play victim. And I'll give you an example of this before we dive into the video, Greg. Because, see, I don't think you researched my channel enough to know just who you fucking with. I am your biggest mosquito, because don't too many people make videos about you. It's mainly me. Now, your videos on my channel not that popular. There's a guy by the name of Geekdom that looked like a diseased rhinoceros. I don't want to get copyrighted for using fucking Arsenio Hall's line from fucking Coming to America. So I'm going to say penis. Right? But his videos do better on my channel than your video. I can talk about any other thing and get more views than talk about you. But I'm a guy that when I see things and I watch YouTubers and they say certain stupid shit, and I'm like, that don't compute, I'm going to talk about it. Obviously, I said something to ruffle your feathers enough that you finally responded to me. You haven't responded to me in a very long time. Because, see, I'm not big enough and on your radar yet. Obviously, now I am. But, see, I'm still not big enough for you to fuck with me too much. But the Andrew Huberman video that we're going to look at here in a second, we're going to talk about 4 different topics pertaining to you. And then tomorrow I got to get on Vegan Games for obviously saying that him playing Call of Duty and other combat-related stimulated games, that he has a lot of combat experience about the Israel, Hamas, and the shit going on in Gaza right now. I think Richard is a Jew, so I think he's a little biased. His last name Burgers, ain't that Jew? He's in Canada. But he has a Montalit de Salope mentality too, a bitch mentality. Montalit de Salope. Richard fucking Burgers, boogers, cripple games. But it's about you, Greg. I'm gonna ask you a question. You got a master in kinesiology. So that's the way of the body. Knowing how the body moves in space. The sides of the plane, the frontal plane, the transverse planes, how the body just move in space. How muscles work. Energy in general. That's kinesiology. I'm not a rocket scientist, but calories is a form of energy. Energy is produced when certain things occur, right? Thermodynamics is fucking the law of thermodynamics. That's one of the fundamentals, okay? But the potential for something to be astronomical when it comes to energy output can only be dictated by the potential. Now, that may be a little above your pay grade, so let me dumb it down for you. When you add resistance in any capacity, like putting a supercharger on a car, boost is a level of restriction. Okay? It's a level of restriction. And when you start to remove those restrictions, certain things tend to happen. When you put on, i.e., a weighted vest, okay, follow along now, because the potential for you to achieve something have to happen in order for you to achieve something. When you put on a weighted vest, you're essentially adding weight to your body. You know you might weigh, say, 180 pounds. That's what I weigh. Okay? If I add 40 pounds to my frame, now I essentially weigh roughly 220 pounds. The body then have to push beyond the parameters of me being 180 pounds to produce more output, more energy, in order for me to move that added weight. I'm basically going beyond my limits by tricking the body to push it beyond the limits by adding that weight. Okay? Follow along, Greg. This is common sense. The body has this thing where it adapts after a while. Okay? The body adheres, it adapts. The nervous system learns the motor patterns. The muscles all begin to play in unison. And you begin to master that extra resistance that you have on your frame. And if it's using cardio, for example, where you're walking or running with that vest on, you'll begin to get better with that particular weight. So much so that when you take that weight off, you might can go longer and harder than last time in your cardio sessions. And I wonder why that is. Because now you done took off their resistance. So your power output will allow to go longer, even though you're not having to, you don't have to put out the required effort to move that weight. But the results then will be the same as it was if you had the weight on, which is something that you said. But guess what? You can only go so far until you have to do different things with cardio. And that's with any form of training. But let's dive into what you said to me. Okay? Let's dive into what you said in your video here, Greg. Let us look at this video because we're going to talk about this guy here, Hassan Farhat, right? We're going to talk about Fuad. And I glanced at your Mike Israel video. It was all out there. But let's talk about this one because this is the one that you made your sly ass.
No freezers.
Every time I start recording, I get a fucking phone call. Anyway, before we dive in, let me show you what Greg said now. Knowing Greg might have removed my comment. That's okay. I got screenshots. You ain't got to worry about that because that's just how Greg is. And if he did remove it, guess what I can do? Come on over here. All I gotta do is go down and find it. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. This is what Greg says on the same video. This is what I said, guys. Make sure you can see all this. Hope you can see all that over there. If you can't, I read it. It says, because we're going to watch the video, and Greg said that there's no benefit in having a weighted vest on. So I said there's no benefits wearing a weighted vest while doing cardio. If you wear a weighted vest, it will make the heart work that much harder while not having to push it too hard, which is true. You added weight, so now the heart has to beat at a higher rate. That means you don't have to go as long and as strenuous, right? Depending on the weight that you're wearing to get the same result as you would have to do by doing longer lengths of cardio, okay? If you add more weight to your body weight, the body will output more energy. I cannot believe you said that, right? Also, there's a stability and strength benefit because the body has to grow and adapt to that resistance, right? From wearing a weighted vest, but I guess you've looked at too. And I just said, keep on yapping, Greg. Coming to that right yourself. And doing any weight for 15 reps, you talking about lowering weight and doing more higher reps. Talk about that in a second too. Or multiple sets to failure will wear out your tendon and connective tissues faster, and recovery will take longer. 8 to 12 reps is a standard for a reason. So Greg decided to pop back at me and says this, cool. Perhaps when they hire you to coach the Olympic marathoners, you can tell them to all run with them in a hall break. Fix your grammar. You can tell them to all run with them, talking about the vest on, in the hall break world records. So I clapped back and I said, well, if they do, I will let you know. As a matter of fact, why didn't Canada hire you during the Olympics to coach their biking team or any team for that matter? I'm pretty sure that GO2 Max would have gotten the job done and plenty of gold for old Team Canada. Because, you know, America took it again because we're the greatest country in the world when it comes to sports. And also, during my time in Iraq, most of you guys know, and I'll put a picture up doing the editing. If you ever been to a combat zone, you always wear full battle rattle outside the wire. That means armor, weighted vest, ammunition, your weapons, full battle rattle. And guess what? It sucks when you first put it on, when you first had to put that shit on. But the more you put it on, guess what happened to any of my military brothers and sisters out there that had to wear that shit constantly? The body adapted. So much so that when you take it off, it felt like you was walking on air. You realize you can run longer, do more. We had that shit on in 100-degree weather, Greg. Running and ducking and dodging bullets. Don't tell me there's no benefits to wearing anything weighted for a while. We wore weighted shit all the time. Not only did it keeps us fit, but we got very good with cardiovascular fitness. But hey, what do I know? I'm not Coach Greg. So that's what I said in this video here. All right, I find it. It was right at the beginning. Excuse me, burp. So if it's a little jump there, that's why. I'm like, where's that part? I thought it was a little bit farther down. But so Andrew Huberman likes to hike and do a lot of cardio. And he likes to wear a weighted vest because, like I said, there's benefits to that. Now, his workout is rigorous. I think he works out like 6 days a week. It's very rigorous. It's a lot of volume in his workout, but you will adapt to volume the more you do it. Now, I'm going to leave a link down below to Greg's video. You can go watch it yourself. And then with Andrew's video, if you want to go watch his routine, you can go to his channel and watch it. All I'm going to say is, at his age, I would tone down a little bit of the volume and the hot and cold baths and saunas and shit. If you're trying to build muscle, then you don't want to put cold there, because cold is one of those things where you can tone down the hormonal response that signals the body, the inflammation that signals the body to start to repair the muscle damage. I would rather, go lay on a warm heating pad or something to kind of soothe out the muscle if you get tight and crampy. But I wouldn't want to tone down the AST molecule, the effects from lactic acid, the mTOR, all that stuff that goes together that attacks inflammation, that signals, muscle repair from muscle damage, the microtears you cause. Other than that, though, he's very active in cardio. He loves volume. Volume is a driver for hypertrophy, but too much volume can be a bad thing. So, but I want you to hear what Greg has to say, and then we're gonna talk about some other videos that he just did that that I'm going to go over real quick.
Go for a long walk, an extended walk, a hike. Sometimes he goes for 5 hours. He's hiking. Now, Andrew enjoys putting on a weighted vest. I don't believe that's beneficial. You don't have to do that. Rather than adding on a 10-pound vest and going for a jog, just jog a little bit faster.
What if he doesn't want to jog that fast? And it's not about the journey, it's the distance. All right, it's the overall distance. So if maybe he's not that good at jogging, right? That's like if I tell you to get off your bike, cycling is stupid, right? Let's just say that. I find no benefits sitting inside your house on a fake bike cycling, even though there's benefits there. I believe moving your body, getting your ass up and actually moving your body is more productive for cardio because you're actually moving your body than being on a machine and basing your cardiovascular fitness on an output that the machine is measuring. Okay? Because there's a difference in actually riding a bike, actually getting on a real bike, which I'm pretty sure you have a real bike, get on a real bike and cycling on a real bike than being on a machine. It's two different types of outputs. So him wearing a weighted vest is good. There's a lot of benefits to that. Stability and strength. Because now you're adding weight to an already pretty stocky and muscular frame. So the body's going to have to adapt to that. Therefore, he can cut his training down in half the time and still get the same output as if he was going longer. And then when he take his vest off, he can exceed those plateaus and overreaching, like doing drop sets with heavy weight. You'll do your top set, and then when you think you ain't got no more in you, you take some weight off, and guess what? You can do more because you're overreaching. You're going beyond failure. You're trying to do more. So there is a lot of benefits. Any form of cardio, there's a benefit there. You just do the one that you like to do. Me, any form of cardio. I like doing Stairmasters, elliptical, treadmill, walking, hiking, running. I do it all. Because there's not bad cardio. All cardio is good cardio. Swimming. But to sum up Andrew's workout, because like I said, it's a long video. I don't want to waste time on this. So I'm going to get to the other ones. Just tone down some of the volume, man. Tone down some of the volume. But Greg, that's why you put on a weighted vest. And I know you know this. You just wanted to push your supplements. You just wanted to push your supplements. Obviously, Andrew Huberman doesn't need your supplements. Just putting it out there. Telling you what you need to hear, Greg, not what you want to hear, Greg. Now, let's go over here and talk about the guy that you did a natty or not on. Right? Let's talk about this guy. Let's go right here. The Hassan Fart, what the fuck his name is.
With HoneyBook, you can make sure your marketing business is as polished and professional as you really are. Here's how.
I don't want to watch the video.
And so the first thing,
I don't want to watch the video because I'm going to explain a lot of stuff. But here's why you don't do natty or knots. Now, I want my face to be big on this one. Here's why you don't do natty or knots. And once again, there's going to be a gap, an edit gap. It took like 15 minutes to find that spot. So it's going to be a gap of editing. So I'm just letting you know because I've been recording for 30 minutes at this point. But trust me, it's not going to be 30 minutes in this video. It's going to be a big spot. I'm like, God damn, I couldn't find that. Save my soul. That was longer in the video. The reason why you don't do natty or knots is because you can't change people's opinions. You just can't do it. Okay? When a person forms an opinion about you, you're pretty much fucked at that point. You're at the mercy of that person's opinion. Okay? Facts shouldn't matter to a person's opinion because facts don't care about feelings. If you know you're a natural, it's best keep doing what you're doing and just stay to yourself. But when you get gloated in because people like Greg, narcissistic behavior, when you want to be famous on the internet and you validate strangers' opinions about your body, so much so that you're willing to give your blood work to a guy that really doesn't know how to read blood work. I'm sorry, he's not a doctor. okay, then you're setting yourself up to be ridiculed online. Case in point, this video. I'm going to find some of these comments, and you'd be surprised. This guy is natural, by the way. Okay? I'm going to find certain comments. I hate when people defend their lies by saying, why would I lie about this? People lie about being fake naturals all the time. Many have been caught in the middle. This is a poor defense. The guy blood work came back and showed that he was natural. Okay? Let's not pretend that this wasn't pre-planned months ago. So this guy's saying that he probably was on some shit, got off the shit, and then him and Greg set this up months ago so Greg can do a video about him so he can pass the test. The gyno evidence at age of 2 was fantastic. Think I saw some acne as well through the bad water. Coming soon, this guy will be sponsored by HTLT as Greg something harder than last time. I wonder whose blood work he submitted to have reviewed. 1 in a million genetics, not this kid. And a lot of times there be people like this here that are trolls. They don't have a channel. They fat fucks. See what I'm saying? 2 subscribers. So there is still no way I'm buying that he's natty. Tampering a blood work result is one of the easiest things to do in 2024. He says he's been trained for 10 years. Then that's more believable. And even if so, very impressive results. Looking like in just a few years is extremely hard to believe. Looking like that in just a few years is extremely hard to believe. These are his friend results. Who is natty? You telling me he put on 43 pounds while losing body fat in 30 months natty? Coach, I disagree with you on this one. Blood work or not. All Greg did was make this guy, Hassan Farhat, right, a target now. An even bigger target. Now let's talk about some of his blood work markers, okay?
I notice is
I want to get to the blood work. I want to hear Greg talk. Greg gonna say a lot of stupid shit, and I'm gonna go over it. But that just goes to show you, no matter what you do, if you have a better physique, that's the one that's been training for probably 20 years, but half-ass training, not being good with their diet, not resting. There's a lot of factors going to building muscle. That just goes to show you right there that once a person form an opinion about you, even if you prove them right, they're going to find some loophole. Say, no, you knew you were going to have blood work, so you got off the juice before the blood work. Even though his results for testosterone, everything was in the natural range, the recommended range, he had a couple of markers that was outside the range that you can get from just training, right? It still wasn't enough. I'm a natural, but my body is growing because I'm being more rigorous with my training, and I'm eating a lot more protein than I'm used to eating, and I'm hydrating more. I want to be a certain size when I'm 40 years old, all right? And it's never too late to get a stimulus to the body. If you've been training half-ass your whole life and you really get serious with your training, guess what's going to happen? It's like newbie gains. The body is going through a new stimulus. So you're going to add a lot of muscle. So let's get to his blood work, because I want to show you guys the blood work. I don't really care about what Greg's talking about. Greg said some shit that pretty much made people think that he might be let me find it. I don't want about to be. I just want to get to the actual blood work. Here we go. Right here. Let me see if I can go towards the end. Let me go towards the end. Okay. All right. This particular creatine kinase, right? That's waste from creatinine, right? That the liver produces. Your body produces creatine. And if you take creatine, this marker and creatinine can be high. But when this marker is very high, okay, that usually is a response to muscle tissue damage. It's also a correlation with the AST enzyme that the liver produces when there's muscle damage. This is how the body starts to signal muscle repair. You filter that shit out in your piss, right? When your blood work or whatever, the blood test would show this, but you're filtering it through your kidneys because it's waste. It's lactic acid waste the damage from the micro tears, all that stuff, right? Them enzymes. And that signals the body to repair. And this is why you do not train at least 3 to 4 days prior to some blood work. Because if you train and the next day you go do blood work, some of your markers are going to be outside the reference range. And then you got people like Greg saying, well, you know, this enzyme's high. And so it normally happens with this particular steroid. No, it doesn't. Basic training can cause a lot of these enzymes to be outside the reference range. The AST, ALT, that's you find that in the liver. Those was in the reference range. So that means, there we go. So that means his ALT is good. This enzyme, what's that? The alanine, amino train sulfide, whatever the fuck, ALT, right? That fucking the alanine, yeah, amino transferase, whatever the fuck it is. This particular enzyme right here, when it's out of whack for long periods of time, the ALT signals liver damage a lot of times. Okay, the AST does not. His AST looked like it was in the it's both of them. So on my screen, both of those enzymes was in the reference range. Okay, that's why, because it's down. There we go. It was down. So there we go. Now we blow this up. All these enzymes here is found mainly in the liver and in the kidneys, mainly the liver. Okay. So the AST-ALT ratio is a little high, right? Because the AST is a little up, the ALT is a little low. So the ratio is okay. It's a little bit high. I'm just 0.2 outside reference range. And that's because the AST is up. It's in the reference range, but it's up. So this right here signifies that it's muscle damage going on. So this enzyme is a little bit higher, which got it outside the reference range. Creatine kinase, that's found in muscle damage, right? It's also found in creatine, liver filter, right? When this is very high, this is also going to be a little bit elevated because they correspond with one another. That's signaling muscle damage. If some of these enzymes have been extremely high, like ALP, and all these have been outside the reference range, all of them, he could have liver damage, most likely, or kidney damage. He could be on steroids. He could have an underlying kidney disease. So this is why you don't let people just look at your blood work. You let doctors look at your fucking blood work, okay? Because people like Greg would take it and break it down and say, oh yeah, this enzyme is fucking high, and this enzyme is this, and this enzyme is that. I was hoping that he had put the full, he broke it down, but he didn't put the full fucking thing up there so I could thoroughly look at it. His cortisol is good. All these are in the reference range. So that I mean, if he was on any steroids, this cortisol hormone will be through the charts. It'll be through the charts. Testosterone will be through the charts. Matter of fact, this might be crushed because you got so much testosterone. Because cortisol is a stress hormone. It's needed to help the body adapt to stress. When you rest at night and the body starts to produce testosterone, cortisol goes down. Well, if it was fucking way down and your testosterone was way up, that's a telltale sign you probably is ingesting testosterone. So it's in the reference range. So I mean, all these results claim to him being natural. It correlates. Okay, but anyway, the creatinine, the one you see in the beginning, this enzyme here that Greg had at the beginning, that he always try to use as a marker to say that, you know, he's on steroid because that particular enzyme
form of damage, and it's from taking steroids. And
so the creatinine enzyme right here, that's byproduct of damage to muscle. If you're taking creatine or that muscle damage, this will be high. This will be high. That doesn't stimulate kidney damage a lot of times. If you're training or taking creatine, this is going to be high. So wait to do blood work. Take about 3 to 5 days off from training and then go do blood work. And then he probably would have everything where they need to be. But Greg doesn't cause this guy more harm than good. Because a lot of people now are going to bash him, say you got off the shit before Greg started fucking with you, or you knew Greg was going to fuck with you, blah, 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 blah. Now, that's another video I'm going to talk about real quick before I get out of here. Let's talk about Fuad and Mike. And I'm not going to click on the videos. I'm going to talk about, I'll make myself big. Let's talk about Fuad first, okay? Talk about Fuad Abiat first. In that video, okay, Fuad pretty much said that you need the bulk to put on a lot of muscle in the offseason, right? For those of you that don't know what bulking is when you go on a surplus in calories, a very high surplus, usually north of 700 calories, okay? The average person, when you're trying to build muscle, I give you an example for me. I'm 180 pounds. I'm back on creatine. Okay, I'm 180 pounds. So that means on average, I eat somewhere between 1,800 and 2,200 calories a day. Depends on how much energy I use throughout the day. I did a lot of cardio. Today, I burned over 1,000 calories in the gym, fasted. I worked up 2 hours. I did upper body, lower body, mainly machines and dumbbells. And I didn't do my back. More about that probably in the next video I do about beating gains here. It won't be today, it'll be tomorrow, but you get what I'm saying. You guys want to know a different day. I told you know the day. But anyway, I hurt my back deadlifting. I kind of rushed through the lifts. I thought I warmed up enough, but I didn't. The back decided it was going to pop on me involuntarily. And when the back popped, muscle relaxes. And when muscle relaxes, you hold 355 pounds halfway up from a deadlift. It's going to put the torque on that weak area that just got a good popping, a good release from tension. And so I'm having a bad time right now. I'm sore today. But I burned over 1,000 calories in the gym. I ended doing Stairmasters today. So, but if I want to build muscle, I know I burned 1,000 calories. I ate today already. I had some pasta with some protein on the side and a zero sugar Pepsi, right? Today I'm going to make some steak tacos, okay? In order for me to build muscle, I need to eat somewhere around 2,600 calories, okay? So that's roughly about 600 calories north of my calorie recommended, which is about 1,800, 2,000 calories. If I eat about 20, that's 600 calories up. 100 calories here or there. If I eat 2,000, I might not gain no weight because each day I'm not going to eat 2,000 calories. Some day I might only eat 1,700, 1,600, depending on my output, right? But if you're eating somewhere within 300 calories, either south or north of your maintenance level, okay, and you take your weight times about 10 to get that maintenance level. If you go anywhere within 300 north or south of there, that's maintenance to me. It's hard to gain muscle eating 300 calories north of your fucking weight. You got to stay that weight every day consistently. And it'll be a very slow process. It'll be very little fat, a lot of muscle, but not even a lot. Gradual, increase in muscle. If you try to lose weight and you're doing 300 calories in a deficit every day, that might be a half a pound, because 3 times 7 is 21. That might be a half a pound of weight a week, which equates to about 2 pounds a month. So it'd be slow and steady and easy, but you have to track calories very consistently. So I always tell people between 300 and 500 is where you want to fall if you want to gain muscle with marginal fat gain. When you start getting close to 700, right, 500 to 700, you're going to gain muscle, but you're going to gain about the same amount of fat, right? And that's okay because fat is good. It's hormonal. It's good. Anything north of 700 to 1,000, you're going to gain minimum muscle, a little bit more fat. You start getting above 1,000 calories, you mainly just gain fat. You won't see no hardly muscle. You're going to see a lot of fat. Because it takes on average between 24 and 2,700 calories to make muscle, right? So if you're eating 4,000 calories a day and you're a 400-pound man and you're trying to lose weight, cut your calories down to about 2,600 calories and stay there. And then you'll drop about 150 pounds in the fucking year. And then the following year, you may drop another 100 pounds. And then you'll be around 260 pounds. Well, no, yeah. A little bit less than that, depending on what you're doing. And then you want to continue to lose weight, take that and go down to about 1,800. And then when you get to 180 pounds, increase the calories back up to about 2,400, 2,500. and you'll build some muscle. I said all that to say this here. Bulking and cutting is one of those things where if you don't know how to do it, you can prolong a weight loss journey or a weight gain journey trying to build muscle. Fuad used to bulk, eat more to push more weight. They had to cut through the bodybuilding season in time for a show. Greg preaches main gaining. It's very hard for me to build muscle at this weight. I'm probably 13, 14% body fat right now. In order for me to build muscle, if I'm eating just 2,000 calories a day and I'm 1,800, I'm 180 pounds, it's about 2,000 calories a day. It'll take me damn near, that's about a pound a month, maybe a pound a month of muscle, roughly 2, 4, 6, 2, that's 1,420. So that's a pound, that's about 2 pounds, maybe a month, maybe. So that's about 24 pounds of muscle in a year, if everything is right. You know how strict you have to be? I mean, that's strict training. Ain't nobody gonna do that. So if you want to keep a physique, right, that looks good, then main gain is for you. You're eating a certain amount of calories a day. You're not really trying to build a lot of muscle. If you're at a healthy body weight, that's main gaining. If you want to build muscle, eventually you're gonna add calories. You're gonna have to add some calories, because if you stay at a particular caloric intake, but you're training hard and you're burning a lot of calories and you're staying in a deficit, you're really not gonna main gain. You're gonna start to slowly cut, because you will adapt to your training. And if you're trying to build muscle, you have to increase the training. So much so that you're gonna probably start to see diminishing returns on muscle, because you're gonna be losing fucking weight. So you're gonna always have to increase your calories to correspond with your training output. So you're gonna have to be in a surplus to put on muscle. So that the main gain is I'm content where I'm at. I'm gonna stay where I'm at. I'm not trying to increase my training. I just want to stay where I'm at because I look good. So Fuad said that now he knows better, and he wished that he would have got to a certain weight and stayed there, right? Say like 240, 250 pounds and stayed there and just build muscle there that way. And Greg, like, well, he's siding with me. He's not siding with you. He never said your name. He's not siding with you. If he's 240 pounds in the offseason, about 300 pounds in the offseason, and he would have ate close to his calorie maintenance, when it came time to cut, he wouldn't have to cut so severely, okay? And at the same time, he can build muscle, because as long as he's eating enough protein while he's cutting, he's not going to risk losing muscle. He's just cutting away at the fucking fat. And then in the off season, he can slowly increase the calories to put on a little bit of weight, but he's not dirty bulking. I don't understand how you said he's siding with you. He's stating that yes, there's a better way to build muscle. It don't require me to eat a ton of fucking food and also can get extremely fat, but it still requires me to eat enough to where I can still add some muscle throughout my off season. And then I ain't got to worry about going on Jurassic Cut to cut down to be shredded for a show. You brought up the point that you are at a particular body fat percentage all year round, 8%. You know why that is, Greg? And it's not your subs. You are on HRT. And what that means is you can train 6 days a week and not have to worry about the body crashing on testosterone. Because when you train, and let's say you're not getting enough rest and recovery, guess what happens to your testosterone as guys, even in women, estrogen? It crashes. It causes brain fog and a lot of other shit. Then let's say you get lean. It's hormones, right? You get lean. Your hormones crash when you get too lean because you ain't got enough body fat to help keep your hormones regulated. Now, in your case, you can stay lean like that all year round because you're getting that. Naturals cannot stay that lean for long periods of time. eventually they're going to kill their hormones to where they're going to have to get hormone replacement therapy because they purposely killed their hormones by staying that lean for long periods of time. That's why there's a recommendation for everybody. I would never want to be that lean for long periods of fucking time. It's not healthy at all. So that's why you can stay at 8% body fat and work out 6 days a week. Then I got to worry about a lot of brain fog and hormones because you're getting your recommended dose to keep you in the reference range all year round, weekly. You don't have to worry about recovery issues. It's not your supplements doing that. It's the shit you ingest from a needle exogenously. And finally, my Israel. There's a reason why testosterone is fucking with his mind. Let me break this down to you. When you train, you are increasing the stress on the body. I don't care if you're enhanced or natural. When you increase the stress on the body and you don't allow the body time to recover, ultimately you will begin to crash your hormones because you are taxing your sympathetic nervous system. When you tax your sympathetic nervous system, it requires recovery to fix that issue. And sometimes recovery may be a month or two off from training. Because if you stay in an overtrained state for a long period of time, it can have drastic effects on the mind. It's just like being traumatized. Ask me how I know about trauma. Serving in Iraq. And when you're in the combat zone, you're always as stressed out, elevated straight. Fight, flight, or freeze is always elevated. So much so you get desensitized from shit. And then the moment something happens, you're reminded of something, the trigger effect happens, and you're going through an episode of post-traumatic stress. Trust me, I've been dealing with it for years. When I train too much, I get similar symptoms because my nervous system is shot. And I purposely do that at least once every training block. I have an overreaching week where I just push beyond my limits. And it's right before I deload. And I can always tell when it's time because the way I go to a gym, I get discouraged. I don't want to be bothered with people. I'm irritated. I'm irked because the accumulative value done accumulated, on the body, the value from training. When you are on steroids, you are pushing your limits constantly. And when you do that, yes, steroids, growth hormone, all that will just alone have an effect on the brain. Too much testosterone make you very aggressive. And so your brain, because your nervous system's fucking whack. Your adrenal glands going haywire. Testosterone starts, right, with kidneys and testes. Mainly in the testes, but your adrenal gland it correlates with your testosterone. Okay? So when you get a lot of adrenaline from your kidneys, that's where the adrenal glands at, it usually correlates with testosterone and the fight, flight, and freeze, even your parasympathetic nervous system. So all these side effects that Dr. Mike Israel is having is because the way he trains, he's not really resting. He's on that stressed out state. If you're on steroids or if you're a natural, take some time away from the fucking gym. If you're taking a lot of tests, cut down on your testosterone. But more importantly, get out the gym and let your body have a break. Let it have a break. And you might not have all them side effects from roid rage. Because training is stress on the body. And even though it's good stress, it's still a cumulative stress. Over time, if you don't take a step back, this is why I preach deloading to natural lifters. You need to set a deload every few weeks to get out the gym, active recovery, let the body recover, let the inflammation come down, let the stress come down. So that way you won't run the risk of overtraining. You will get stronger, the muscles will recover. You can start back getting adequate sleep because when you get too stressed out, it's hard to sleep at night. Insomnia. I deal with that now. I'm just having post-traumatic stress. But it's even harder to sleep when your body is always in a constant state of inflammation and the nervous system is in a constant state of being stimulated. If the brain can't take a break, you run the risk of having even other deadlier shit happening to you. That's what's going on with Mike Israetel. And Greg, you too. You stay sick. You always got to find something to bitch about because you train 6 days a week. You always hurting. I don't like training my back because it hurt. You need to train your back. But maybe you stop training every motherfucking day and let your body rest, stop riding bikes. You won't have that motherfucking problem. I hurt my back, but I went training today. I'm going to train my back this weekend. I'm just waiting for it to get a little bit better. I'm not going to run from an injury. There's a way to train around a fucking injury. But as a personal trainer, it's also my job to tell clients the truth. The truth is, there are very few supplements that you need. Protein, creatine, and a pre-workout. And a pre-workout can be in the form of a caffeine drink. Check with your doctor and have your heart checked out if you give them caffeine. Drink a lot of water. Focus on rest. And just know how to train and how to eat and what to eat. Eating junk food, there's a time and a place for that. If you're powerlifting, you're trying to hurry up and get your carbohydrate stores back, there's a time and a place to eat a little junk. But to eat that all the time and expect you to look a certain way, you need protein. But to say that Dr. Mike Israetel is on edge, I think Dr. Mike knows what his problem is. He's just getting money from the internet. He's a Jew, by the way, so he's pretty fucking smart. That's just, it's a joke, but, South Park. But telling Mike to stop doing what he enjoys doing because he's having all these side effects, I find it hard to believe that this man is having all these side effects. Can you guys think maybe it's satire? This man is very educated. I'm just playing devil's advocate. I find it hard to believe that Dr. Mike doesn't know why his problems are happening the way that they're happening. And since he knows that they're happening based on what he's doing, I find it hard to believe that he hasn't made plans to rectify those problems. Now, if he wants to keep pushing the envelope, then of course we'll be preparing a video saying Dr. Mike Israetel dead at whatever age he's at by the end of the year. But I think he's being open about what's happening to him as a way of getting revenue. And I think he's probably already going through the protocol of pulling back and making the adjustments. I find it hard to believe that he's going to keep on pushing forward with all these issues. But you have some that define that and they end up in a coffin. Just look at Dallas McCarver and the rest of them. There's always warning signs. It's up to you to listen to the warning sign and heed it, or say, fuck it, and I'm going to keep going on through it. But I done did my clap back. I've been recording for over an hour, even though this video is not going to be an hour long, because I'm trying to find that clip that Greg said. But Greg, even though you are a mentally dead salute or a mentally dead prayer, mentally dead prayer, right? I still respect you. And I have to say, I would expect you to comment to me, because I know you know who I am. I know you do. Trust me, I know you do. But next time, Greg, you might want to think about what you said before you say it. There's no benefit for wearing a weighted vest. Are you kidding me? Tell cops that. Tell cops that. A lot of cops train that shit. Tell us soldiers that. We train in that shit. We see many, not just to save your life from a bullet or whatever, but the cardiovascular endurance. It's a lot there. Whole bunch. I couldn't believe you said that. You just had to stroke your ego. Which is why I went through the other videos. You just had to stroke your fucking ego. To think that Fuad Abiat agreed with you? Are you kidding me? He just found a better way to train, Greg. And listen, he came off all the juice. I think he said he's doing it the natural way. He ain't on shit. His balls might be on vacation, but there's a chance that his balls might start to produce the shit again. As far as Dr. Mike goes, and that guy that you, like an idiot, he sent you to his blood work, especially him. Listen, dude, Hassan Fahat, whatever the fuck your name is, stop fucking goddamn letting people manipulate you into sending you personal results. Because like I say, man, Greg's not a fucking doctor. And all you did was still have more people now say, oh, you bullshit. Do you. Do you. Straight up. Don't worry about what people say on the internet about your physique. Do you. Your blood work is personal information that you may have something going on you might not know that a doctor can catch, and then Greg should then say you're on steroids. And then he'll fuck your whole credibility up. And even though he agreed that you're natural, guess what? He done made the trolls come out in drones now to come after your ass. People on his own channel, because Greg always say people are natural. Now his own people, because Greg sided with you, is out to make you look bad. It's in the comment section of that video. It's obvious now. He ain't helped you. He just hurt you. He just hurt your credibility even more. Even if he signed you as one of his athletes, ain't nobody gonna believe you no more. That's why you stick true to who you are. Let people guess. I hear it now on my channel when I show videos of me, pictures of me. Oh, you on the shit. I don't give a fuck what they think. I care less. I know what the fuck I do. My dick and balls work just fine. No matter how many blood tests I take, I'm not going to change those people's minds. I just have a hard fucking work ethic. That's like Shannon Sharp. People think that man's on steroids. Jeff Cavalier broke down his workout. The man played in the NFL for years. He was drug tested multiple times. I think if he was violating NFL protocol, they would suspended him. 3 Super Bowls or not. He ain't got bigger. He stays about the same. He's not shredded. He has a strict diet. The diet dictates what you're going to look like. That in your training. Well, I shouldn't say diet. The lifestyle you choose is going to dictate how you look. You'll see Shannon Sharp going around talking about, yeah, I'm natural. I don't care what nobody says. And showing blood work. He don't give a fuck. He's rich. He doesn't give a shit what people think about him. The ones that are trying to get famous and they're using their body to get famous and they're willing to get validated by people that shouldn't matter. That tells me about your life. So anyway, Greg, I'm done talking about you. I'll be waiting for the next video for you to say something extremely stupid. But if you do decide to comment on this video, Greg, just know, depending on what you say, it's going to depend on how I respond. At least try to come with some common sense. I understand you have a memory issue. I get it. But maybe if you start to get some sleep and stop making videos every day, you got that hot-ass mesmogram. You got harder than last time stuff there, right? Because obviously your dick don't work without you taking that, right? And at least you're getting the injections because your balls on permanent vacation. You ought to be trying to apply that. I mean, you do cardio all the time, so you should be able to go harder and longer than last time. Instead of worry about pumping out videos about dudes all the time, every day. It's bros before hoes. Are you kidding me? All that ass there, and you come on camera every fucking day making videos. No wonder why Ali left your ass. If you ain't careful, mesmogram gonna be out the motherfucker. You spend more time getting validation from strangers than the people that's right there in your house. Telling you what you need to hear, Greg, not what you want to hear. Sincerely, from your biggest mosquito. Now, if you excuse me, I got to go get my daughter from school because she's about to get out of school for the day. And she loved when daddy rolls up in the supercharged 5.0, jamming some fucking, I don't know. Don't tell her I might be jamming some fucking T.I. today. Ain't no tell me I'm allowed to fucking jam. I got a plethora of shit. I might go jam some Pandora pulling up. I don't really fucking care. You fucking even know what the fuck I'm gonna jam. So I'll get my child. And then I'll get my son after I get my daughter. So anyway, I got shit to do. And then I gotta cook dinner for the wife come home. I'm trying to get some loving tonight. All right. It's pussy before bros in my book, motherfucker. That's just how I function. So yeah, for real, for real. Yo, good one, everyone. I'm out, everyone. Peace.